Hi, this is Ron Tube. Today on Colour Award the Angler, we're after another legendary fish for this week. Check out yesterday's video if you haven't already seen it. We was going after Stor Henrik, the legendary burbot. Today we're going after Big Larry, the legendary catfish. We'll go over location and tackle in a minute. I've just seen him under this bridge. Now, great tip, when you come to this location looking for Big Larry, stand on top of that bridge and look down. Now, he often swims under the bridge to and fro. That's where you'll often see him when you come to this location. I always start first thing in the morning, and I've just seen him under this left side of the bridge. So hopefully we get him. I've just casted out. I'm using a 1-0 hook and cheese this time. You can use other baits, and we'll go over that later on in the video. But as you can see, he's right under my float, and we've got him on. Now, Big Larry is one of the hardest fighting legendary fish. I'm not on my heaviest setup, but he is a very hard fighter, and you've got to be wary of him. I said this before in other videos. Certain legendaries fight certain ways. So some will swim really fast, some will plod along, take line, think they've got him, and then they go again, and then they go again, and then they strip you. It's just certain legendaries have certain sort of traits how they fight. This one is more of a, you've got to grind him down until he's just about had enough, and it takes quite a while. So he's a good fight when you get him on the right gear. Now, if you're new to fishing and you don't know much about it, the drag is really important. So as you can see on my left hand side, and watch my right red bar where it goes to, it's going about 3/4. I can go up to about 50% sort of comfortably. But even then, if he makes a big dash, that may go right to the end. So 50 is about right. When it gets a bit weaker, then I might knock it up. But you've always got to be aware and sort of watch your drag settings, see where it goes. Try and keep it sort of 3/4 like it is now, max when you're fighting. But all you want to do, it doesn't matter at the start of the fight, if they're taking line, but not much, but you're not really gaining, because you're just trying to tire him out. And the pumping of the rod really makes a difference. Basically what you want to do is get the fish's head up. Once you get the fish head up towards the surface, it tires them out. So that's what we're trying to do. We don't want it to gain line, but we're just trying to tire it out for a while. And then gradually you'll start to gain line, and you'll know when that happens. You just got to keep your eye on the meters. I've got it set to. And when I start to slowly gain some line, I know I'm sort of winning the battle. But yeah, this week's legendary fish, which rotate from Wednesday to Wednesday and start on a Thursday, the new ones are Stor Henrik, the legendary burbot, and Larry, the legendary catfish. That's what we're after today. I did a video on that Stor Henrik yesterday. Check that out if you've already seen it. Location, tackle, all of it. I try and do it each week, and I do lots of videos on Colour Award the Angler. I'm really enjoying it. It's progressing really well, and I can't wait to see what we've got next. We know we've got 2 maps in the making as well, so we're only just starting out. It's only just released on console as well. The Colour Award the Angler official Discord has exploded with people. Now, you may have noticed just then I knocked my drag up to 60 to try and bully him a bit, and it nearly snapped. So you've got to really watch what you're doing. Like I say, 50 is the sort of sweet spot. I tried to bully him a bit just to try and get him up to the surface, but it don't always work, so you've got to be careful. Just because you're getting in line and you think you're winning, sometimes you may get impatient, and you've been fighting him for a long time, and you think, right, I'm going to give him some, and that's when you lose him. But yeah, we got to 60 there, and then it was literally going to snap, so knocked it back down to 50, and we're all good again. We are slowly sort of keeping in the same area. You will tire in a minute. You'll notice, because you'll watch the rod. So basically what you do is, when it's getting to that sort of good point of the fight, all I'll do is I'll just watch the rod tip, and it'll bend round, and then I'll drop it down then, and then I'll just reel up, keep it high, watch the rod tip bend round again, wait for it to go tight, bend, reel in again, and you'll see this soon when he starts tiring, and we'll start to gain line a lot better then. I'm thinking about what they could add next, content wise, or even things for the community. What would you like? Now, I think competitions would be amazing. What do you think about that? Dailies, weekly competitions, monthly competitions, which could lead on to like sort of championships throughout the year. I think that'd be a brilliant. It's cross-platform as well, which is a massive thing for this. console players can play against PC players and like, and I think that could be really good. If you look at the Hunter Call of the Wild and look at what Apex Connect has done for that, they're just starting out really on that, and they're adding custom skins, adding custom content and sort of events due to sort of Apex Connect, and we've got it in Call of the Wild the Angler, so I expect some of that kind of things to happen in this. And like I say, you could have competitions, dailies, events to do with that, where you could get custom skins, monthlies, super sort of competitions, over the year championships. There's limitless amount of things you could do possibility wise with that if they sort of get it in. Now if you look at what I'm doing now in my rod, it's totally changed, and this is what I was waiting for. Starting to get him a bit tired now. We will start to gain some lines soon now. Like I said, Big Larry is a fight, so it does take a little while to get him in, or get him into sort of the mode where you can actually gain line. But once you start locking up the reel like this, and you can really start putting the pressure on, this is where you gain the line the most. I think after I've got Big Larry, if we get him, I'm going to try and continue my hunt for a diamond muskie. It's actually an area where I was actually catching the really big muskies, but I've not got the diamond yet. I've had some golds, but I'm still after my diamond muskie. That's my most wanted trophy at the minute. What's your most wanted trophy fish or mission you're doing at the minute? Are you struggling on any of them? If you are, make sure you go over to Call of the Wild, the official angler Discord. There's a place on there called Resource Hub. It's got all the info you want. It's on the left hand side of the Discord. Lots of people to help you out. I say it every video, but it's very important because a lot of the community go there, talk. It's absolutely wild at the minute because of the console release. There's so many people in there, you can hardly keep up with how many people are talking. So it's a big community now, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger as the game progresses. As you can see now, we're starting to gain line, only slowly, but the reel's locking up, the rod's hooping over, and the drag isn't going so much. So he's definitely tiring now. If you're interested in any guides for Call of the Wild the Angler, drop that in the comments. I'll try and make them for you. I've been thinking about some new hotspot ones. I've got a lot of good hotspots on both the maps as well, so I might do those soon, but I'm just asking you what you actually want to see or know about before I make them. So basically what I always say in my videos is drop in the comments the most common theme thing you want to see, and that's normally what I make next. Yeah, we're gaining line now. Hopefully he doesn't get a second wind. Some legendaries you just get past a certain point and then you just reel them in. Some you get right to the bank and then they go out on a second wind. I have had it on Big Larry actually, where I got him into about 5 meters and he actually spooled me. I've only had it, I think it was once or twice happen, but it's weird. Sometimes it can happen on certain legendaries. That's what makes it so exciting though. You never know if you're actually going to get in the fish you're after. I have lost a few big fish, I'm not going to lie. I was thinking the other day as well, and I was talking about this in the Call of the Wild the Angler Discord, about sea fishing. Imagine, like, go out in big boats, big reels, after sharks, tuna, marlin, murray. You know what I mean? There's loads of different sea species, sea fishing species we could go after with a big gear. That would be amazing. There's also ice fishing. I think they could do that well. That could be really interesting. Add maybe a little cam that could go in the water. I watch a guy on YouTube, I don't know if anyone else does, if you watch fishing videos, that he drops, when he's ice fishing, a little camera in while he's pike fishing. It's really interesting to watch the fish interact with his bait, and he catches some really big pike. But I think that could be quite an interesting thing. I've said this before as well, fly fishing, but I think fly fishing, the actual rod and implementing it would probably be one of the hardest things to achieve. It's very hard, you don't see it in many fishing games done well. Like I say, I've done it in real life, and I've ended up tangled a few times trying to learn it, but it would be really good with all the rivers we've already got and add that to other locations. He's so close, come on, I've nearly got him. And then the next thing we need is netting animation. Simple, the swoop of the net, get the fishing. I know everyone wants that. It's probably going to be one of the most attractive features. What's one of your most requested features? We've got him there. Drop in the comments. Big Larry, legendary catfish. What a whopper. Imagine all the fillets you get off him. I've never actually had catfish. Let me know if you have. It does look nice. I've seen them barbecue it down south and that, and I wouldn't mind trying it myself. I've never had it myself. But look at that. He's a whopper. Take a few trophy shots. Then we're going to go over location of where we are and tackle details to help you locate him if you're not sure where he is. Like I say, if you go on Colorado, the official angler Discord, you will see where to find him. If you go in the trophy shot section, a lot of people will take a trophy shot right now, and they will also add the location. So at the start of the week, on a Thursday when the new legendaries start, you can find where he is, if they've been found, because people have to go out and find him. Right, it's gone to the location on the map. So this is where we are, right hand side. He has been here a few times before. I was actually quite surprised he was here today. But on this bridge, and he actually swims under it sometimes, but he's mainly on the left for this week. But he can swim under, so you just have to keep an eye out and keep checking. But stand on the bridge and then look down, and sooner or later you'll probably see him. Now it's gone to tackle. Now this is what I'm using, Devil's Advocate rod. It can handle up to 17.5 kilo line. There's the reel. There's the line. Like I say, we've got 17.5 kilo line. Float. That's the hook, 1.0. And you can use liver. We use cheese. There's various different baits. We'll actually have a look at the handbook in a minute. Right, I'll show you his details in the handbook. Really enjoyed this fishing session for Big Larry, the legendary catfish. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Ron McTube. Please subscribe to YouTube channels, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.